Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and we're sitting here towards the end of August, and look at this. We are 3.5 games back from the Giants for that last NL wildcard spot. Look at our last 10. We actually were struggling for a little bit, but then we got hot, went on a 7-game winning streak thanks to some of our pitching. I mean, our pitching's been pretty good. But look who's ahead of us, the Giants. 3.5 games ahead of us, and look who we play next. We play the Giants on a 3-game series in San Fran. Look at their pitching, dude. Mad Bum is 14-6, 2.49 ERA. Jeff Samardzija is 13-7, 2.85 ERA. And Matt Moore is 11-9, 3.29 ERA. Look at my pitching compared to theirs. Zach Davies is 8-9 going against Mad Bum. Nate Karn 7-8 going against Samardzija. Chase Anderson 7-6 going against Matt Moore. And then look at the next series. We got the Dodgers. We got Hyunjin Ryu. I don't know who they have pitching there, but man, I mean, we got a tough 6-game schedule. Look after this then. We got St. Louis. And then we got the Nationals for a 4-game series. This is going to be a tough stretch. I mean, we need to string together a miracle here to get through this part of our schedule. This is probably the toughest part of the whole year. I mean, man, this is a big test for us. This might decide whether or not we'll make the playoffs, because look at this. I mean, that's a tough stretch. Then we go to Cincinnati, which isn't too bad. I've actually struggled against Cincinnati, though. Then we got the Cubs and the Pirates, then Miami, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Cincinnati, St. Louis. We end the season in St. Louis. So, man, this is a stretch. It's really going to test us to see how good we really are. The problem is we just don't have a Madison Bumgarner. We just don't have a Jeff Samardzija. We have Junior Guerrero, who's doing pretty good, but you know, that's it. I mean, he's 9-3. He's having a great year. 9-3. He's doing really good. But besides him, after him, I mean, like I said, it's a drop off. I thought Zach Davies was gonna have a pretty good year. It turns out that he's 8-9. You know, 3.49 isn't a bad ERA. I mean, it's not great either. I mean, you want to be in the 2s, but still, I mean, 8-9 isn't overly impressive. So if we do make it to that wild card game, there is no doubt that Junior Guerrero is going to be starting that game. Man, we need to pull out 3 wins here. We at least want to get 2 out of 3, but obviously we want to get all 3, because if we do that, we'll be a half game back of the wild card spot, that second wild card spot. We are going up against Madison Bumgarner and the San Francisco Giants here on the road. Hopefully we can pull out a victory. He's 4-6 with a 2.49 ERA. So he's dominating like every other year he is. So here we are in the first. It seemed like this game, Madison Bumgarner, his stats just overpowered my lineup because I couldn't hit anything solid. Even though I was having good hitting counts, I would get 3-1, 2-1 counts, and he would just throw a fastball or a slider and hang it over the middle, and I just couldn't do anything with it. But here Zach Davies is on the mound for the Brewers here, facing Bumgarner. And here in the second, a wild pitch forces the catcher to his knees, so a runner goes to second. And the next pitch, I give up a hit up the middle, so the Giants take the early 1-0 lead. And here in the third inning, I walk Hunter Pence here, and I bring up Brandon Belt for the Giants, and he belts one to center over the center field wall. Brinson is not even close, so the Giants take the 3-0 lead here at home for them at AT&T Park. And look at that pitch. I just left it over the middle for Brandon Belt. And Brinson, at least, he's good at hitting left-handed pitchers, so he gets a nice hit up the middle. with 1 out in the 4th, and Ryan Braun takes one off of the shin. So we got guys on 1st and 2nd with Eric Thames coming up, and he can't catch up to the pitch, and he strikes out swinging. And Domingo Santana cannot do anything there, and they get out of the inning with no runs surrendered. And here in the 5th inning, Jet Bandy hits looks like a little pop-up to right center field, but that right center field is an automatic triple every time you hit a ball back there. So Bandy is into 3rd, and Arcia comes up next and hits a hard liner to the right, and Jet Bandy only has that 34 speed. He's going to get gunned out by a mile at the plate. I had to get a run there, so I had to try something. But Zach Davies, he's pitching a pretty good game. After that Brandon Belt home run, he hasn't really given up any hits. I think he only gave up 4 hits up to this point here. And he gets the next batter to ground out to the shortstop, Arcia. And with 2 outs, we get another ground out to Arcia. So he's pitching a pretty good game. If it wasn't for that home run, it'd be a 1-run game. And Brinson here in the 9th inning takes one deep to right, over the wall and right, and we cut that deficit to just 2 after being held scoreless this whole game. I think Madison Bumgarner had about 120 pitches thrown at this point, so they bring in their closer to shut the game down, stop the bleeding from happening. And right away, he's going to face Ryan Braun with a 0-2 count, and Ryan Braun is going to whiff at that one. But Eric Thames comes up next, and he gets a pitch right down the middle, and he goes oppo, and it's over the wall. We are cutting this deficit here in the 9th, and Eric Thames is leading the team in home runs with 19 on the season. He adds to a great season. But Domingo Santana comes up next and cannot catch up to the high heat. And Travis Shaw on a 3-2 count with 2 outs pops up to center. We cannot get it done. And Bumgarner pitches a great game. Only gives up that 1 home run. Hit subscribe. We got to catch the Giants. This loss isn't going to help us at all.